Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ashi. I was really surprised at the response I got from the Commander Guide. It made me really happy to see that so many of you enjoyed it. It made me want to do more and spread some knowledge. Now, I'm not the best Battlefield player, and I'll be the first to admit that, but I do have a platform to share knowledge I know. As promised, I have another video for you all today, and we're going back to the basics, a beginner guide for those not only new to Battlefield, but I'm sure a refresher for some of you. Up until I released this video, I've been playing the game extensively and noticed that some of you, not all of you, don't understand the basics behind this game. Battlefield has its own playstyle, and it's not just some elitist YouTuber telling you this. With these tips, not only will you increase how fast you rank up, but how much you enjoy the game. So, today I have 4 topics that I'd like to address, and are tips every Battlefielder needs to know. And just a heads up, these tips are my personal opinion. This isn't official and you don't have to agree. If you have any comments, feedback, or criticism, leave a comment below. I do my very best to answer everyone's questions and comments. The only thing I ask of you is to be mature and constructive. Let's start off with tip number 1. Personal stats don't matter, wins do. It's kind of hard to adjust to this if you're, say, coming from an FPS like Call of Duty, but don't sweat it, things just got easier for you. Initially, I don't want you to pay attention to your KDR, SPM, or skill. Pay attention to winning and your win-loss ratio. You as a player need to understand and focus and figure out what it takes to win. KDR doesn't matter because there's simply too many variables in this game. Simply put, I've topped the leaderboard in 64-man rounds with 13 kills and 9 deaths before. Second place on the enemy team. He had 56 kills and 8 deaths. We won, and I beat him in overall score by thousands of points. SPM doesn't matter because it's infected with score from ribbons, medals, and Slim Jim double XP promotions. It simply is not a good way to judge yourself or other players. Skill is the most emphasized stat on Battlelog. It's also, in my opinion, the most worthless. How is skill calculated? Skill has a brand new algorithm that we know nothing about in Battlefield 4. All we know is that it's very different from Battlefield 3 and is much more focused on PTFO. It's pretty pointless in a game with a server browser where you choose who to play. Don't let it bother you when you top the leaderboards, win the game, and still lose minus 17 skill. I couldn't fucking tell you why. The second tip I have for you is squad up. Squads are the first indication that Battlefield 4 is very focused on team play. The benefits to running with a squad are astronomical. You'd be crazy not to. Not only do you gain a little extra point on the side for actions like healing, repairing, and supplying ammo, you also gain squad score for being a spawn point, reviving, and even derp following orders. Hear that? You can get extra points for just being a good teammate and not being a lone wolf. Field upgrades are another big benefit of squads and require squad-related actions. If you don't know what field upgrades are, they're in your loadout. I'd call them the new perk system. The more you stick with your squad, the faster these upgrade, and the better team player you are. It's important to note, if your squad is wiped, you will lose some of your progress. This third tip is probably one of the most important. It was born from Battlefield and is the #1 tip I can give you ever. PTFO. If that's foreign to you, it means play the fucking objective. It's not PTO, it's PTFO. Got it? Good. Playing the objective is very important. It really stems from the last 2 tips, but it needs to be emphasized. If you don't play the objective, you lose. You lose points, you lose kills, you lose important assets, you lose the round. I promise you, this will change how you play the game if you live by it. You don't need to be the one that arms the income or captures the area. You just need to be the one there with your squad and support them. Whether you're in the air, in a tank, or on foot, you need to PTFO. Just being in those areas will give you, in the long run, more score, more kills, more wins, and finally, you'll enjoy the game immensely more. If you have 2 teams focusing on this, it can make the most exciting, competitive, and rewarding rounds you have ever played. Like I said above, wins matter, and you can lose to people who go 5-30 while you go 30-5 just because they played the objective. Remember that. My 4th and last tip isn't really a tip, but more of a general what not to do. Don't be this guy.
What?
Don't ever let anyone catch you being this guy. And finally, don't ever be this guy, because so help me God, I'll scream at you. Being that sniper on the top of a hill or on top of a really tall building will get you nowhere. It's not fun, not entertaining, and it doesn't help your team. You're much more effective playing with your team or squad. Even when you have the 50 cal M82 one-shot kill, you're useless. No one wants to hear how good at spotting you are, or if you're the best sniper ever. We simply do not believe you, and don't try to prove it. On top of this, abandoning vehicles and just using them for transport is a mortal sin in Battlefield. Don't use a transport helicopter to travel to the top of that building and then ditch it, with your team still in the other seats, unknowingly plummeting to their deaths. The transport vehicles and other vehicles are an important asset to your team and mobile spawn points. You're worth more flying that chopper in circles around those buildings rather than jumping out and destroying it and trying to snipe. Don't do it. Finally, rushing the objective alone is a no-no. Even if you're in a position to arm that MCOM all alone, what happens if you die and your squad doesn't get a chance to spawn on you? Who's gonna defend that MCOM or that flag when you're gone or possibly most likely dead? Wait for your team to back you up. Wait for a friendly armor to seal the deal. This game is about team play, and it pays off, trust me. I hope you guys enjoyed these tips. Even if you're a veteran of Battlefield, these are things we can all improve on. I'll be doing a lot more of these tip videos, looking at equipment, class knowledge, vehicle gameplay, how to rank up fast, etc. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. I do put out more than just this though. I'm planning some different entertaining content like general commentaries, montages, funny moments, that kind of stuff. Until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed and I'll see you later. Peace.